What a day has it been. There is no denying that we have seen some amazing test cricket being played over the past couple of days. Pakistan versus England has been a fascinating encounter. The third test has been unbelievable. It has been a conclusive end to what has been an extremely entertaining series for the people back home. And of course, for anyone who is a part of the cricket fraternity who just loves this game for what it is. What a performance, if you think about it for a second. Just look at it right now. The first day, you have Pakistan go up against England. On day one, all you see is a complete onslaught by the Pakistan spinners trying to just like spin a web around the English batsmen. And at that point, for yourself, you're just seeing what you're seeing at that point is that England have no answers about how to go about this pitch, how to go about this bowling attack from Pakistan, how to respond to this aggression that we're getting from Pakistan. And then we get that one batsman who has been able to really push things through for England to be able to end up on a commendable still 260 plus total. So hats off, and something that one could give an applause to at this moment is Jamie Smith's performance. Amazing. That was a really good performance. Why? Because it helped keep things a little bit more so in control. And then what happens? We've got some really quality batting coming about from Pakistan. And where did that come out of? Out of no shell, but it just happened. 260 60 plus was on the board. And at that point in time, one would think to themselves, okay, how are Pakistan going to try to make a comeback from here? Because Pakistan weren't certainly expecting the score to go there. There were some good little performances by Tuckett, by Crawley, and then you had, of course, coming in Smith at the very end to really push things through. But then what would Pakistan do? And in comes in South Shakil. And the way he played, 130 plus being put on the board solely as a result of this one batsman. And he did so well. The way he batted against the bowling, the way he was amazing against those spinners, there were no answers for the English bowlers to be able to see how to go about things against this young South Shakil, who is just a very good prospect for our team, primarily because of its ability to be a natural against spin, and not just any kind of spin. It can be quality spin as well, and he can be a natural against them when he's batting. And then at that point, South Shakil is bringing around that 134. And all you think to yourself is, okay, there are some qualities in this young lad. There is temperament, there is composure, and at the same time, there's a very strong sense of match awareness about what's going on. But that's not it. It doesn't stop there. Because despite the match awareness, including the match awareness that was there that you saw when South Shakil was batting, that match awareness doesn't only stop with this young lad. Goes on to other individuals as well. Of course, those tail enders who have been categorized as so-called tail enders because they were really that good. I mean, we're talking about, of course, Noman Ali, and we're talking about how Sajid Khan batted. It was amazing. That was the match awareness that was needed at that point. If you know about a baseball approach that has been completely promoted by the other team over a number of tournaments in the past, you're going to fight and battle through and bring it completely back to be able to put pressure on the opposition. And they did it. They fought back. They fought back in every way possible to be able to create a kind of match that would be interesting for each and every single one of us. And that's what happened. And they did it. And what a performance that was by the two of them. It was unbelievable. It was fantastic to see that they were able to bring things back like that, because then you're at a 340 plus total from the Pakistani side against an English side that wasn't expecting things to go completely in this direction. Things were in control as far as England were concerned for a fair amount on day two. And at that point, England were thinking to themselves, hold on, we weren't expecting this from coming out from nowhere. Where did this come from? And then it did come. When it did come, England knew that they had to go ahead and be prepared about how they're going to go ahead and attack the Pakistani side. So now you're at 340 plus. The Pakistani spinners are going to be coming out on a pitch that is already turning, where you've already been exposed. How would you want to go about this as an English team? Well, England had one idea in their mind: bat, go out, play a little bit well, get a couple of runs, maybe try to generate a 150 or 160 lead over Pakistan. And if we have that kind of a lead on such a turning track, there is hope and there is some sort of optimism that we might be able to put pressure on them. But Pakistan had completely other plans for the English side. They were able to bamboozle them. They were able to completely spin a web around them. And the way they played, you cannot deny that Pakistan did extremely well in using those conditions and being able to put pressure on them and have the aggressive mentality that they needed going into this match. So you had 20 runs on board, 24, 25, beyond 20 slightly. And at that point, approximately at that score, you had about 3 wickets down. Now, 3 wickets are down, and you would still think at that point that Harry Brook is still out there. So they can maybe try steadying the train and try to get just a little bit more of a lead, some more runs that can help us, be able to push things to a good total for them to trail through. But that did not happen. That did not happen at all. And at the end of the day, you saw a fantastic performance by the Pakistani spinners, spinning one of the most brutal webs around a good quality English side, a strong English side at 112. And then at that point, Pakistan had a small chase. They were able to do it, which was amazing. And I was really happy to see that, because at the end of the day, patriotism is something that is generated via this game within our country. We've always known that, and it'll always be that. We just need that slight whiff, and that was given to us with the way our team played. And one should be proud of the way our team came about it. So I'm not saying, there have been people who have been arguing of not investing in this game. Invest in it, because it keeps that patriotism in check. It makes you adore your country more, and that was great. It was great to see the way that we played. It was amazing. So at this point, a lot of the things are going to be coming into our mind at this point, because we're going down under. So now as we go down under, we've got to go ahead and go with a new team, maybe experiment, put in a couple of new faces, and we have the squad completely unveiled. I'll be doing something else regarding the squad, guys, but that was something to definitely be looking into, because now they're going there. And this is from the Pakistani mindset to see that, okay, how are we going to go about with these new quality spinners that we've been able to find? How are we going to go about a direction down under? How are we going to play against Australia? Because now it's all about white ball cricket. The tide turns away from red ball for a while as we step into the white ball fold. And then the English side. What can be said about England at this point? England have played a performance that has raised a lot of questions. But one thing is for certain, that England do struggle when it comes to turning tracks on the pitches of the subcontinent pitches, right? They struggled against India before this, 4-1. Now they struggled against Pakistan. And I'm not saying a Pakistan that was very high on morale going into the series. It was completely in a state of complete disbelief, and it had no idea of how to go about things. But they were still able to pull things together and push through. So the aggression, the ruthlessness, the desire to win that was missing, it came through. So now what are England going to do? This is about England at this point, right? Well, they have to figure it out. Ben Stokes is regarded as one of the best players of spin that the English side have been able to produce. But even on such tracks where the ball is doing so much, there are not a lot of aspects that Ben Stokes can look into and say, okay, I'm going to go about it like this. This is where Ben Stokes it has to also go back to the drawing board. The whole team has to go back to the drawing board. They haven't been able to do well in the subcontinent in the past two series. They haven't been able to do that in the past ICC tournament that happened in 2023. And now you're going back to the subcontinent in 2025 next year, which is the big challenge or the big task that's coming up. And you're going to Pakistan and you're coming to these same pitches. How are you going to go about it? England needs to get things together before their next tour in the Caribbean. And once they're going into the Caribbean, there's a quality spin attack there too. There's Mr. Moti, who's going to bowl extremely well because he has been bowling really well. And it would be great to see that even in the Caribbean, where the ball has the ability to turn and has showcased an ability to turn, how England are going to go about it, it is definitely going to be an interesting series as well. So a lot to look forward to. So let's see how England try to read from this. And there's always positives for both teams to be able to take from what has happened. But again, amazing cricket, good cricket all around. It was great to see from both teams. They really went at it, and just a fantastic series all in all. So again, it's exciting times to be a fan, whether you're a Pakistani cricket fan or whether you're a fan of any team in the world right now, and even including England, because there's a lot to take away. Because it is, of course, when the pressure is put on you, is that then you know if you're going to turn into that diamond. And this is where England know that the pressure is on them to be able to produce performances, to really get back into that modern day cricket baseball approach that they've been talking about. And for Pakistan, it's about building on the morale that they've been able to take from here and go straight down under and produce performances that we had not been able to see, especially in Australia. And it would be not an understatement to say that it has been quite some time since we've seen something special in Australia from Pakistan. So looking forward to seeing where things go from here.